Can we get the ARMS soundtrack up? Look, you already have it. Oh,
Hold on, virus found.
what? The fuck was that? You looking at all the dirty porns?
You ready?
Yeah.
This is just a few more
Oh,
minutes.
dude, look, man.
This is just a few more minutes. Game of the Month episode featuring ARMS.
Yeah.
ARMS. Let's talk about ARMS.
ARMS time. The greatest game ever made. ARMS.
Arms.
I love it so much. ARMS.
If you
It's
do-
better than legs.
If you do go back to like Nintendo, like talking about the Switch, they hit ARMS pretty hard. Like it was Zelda, and then they hit ARMS over the head. Like they thought everybody's
Yeah.
gonna play this, and then 1-2 Switch, which Jesus fucking Christ.
I'm just gonna fucking throw it out there right at the beginning. I like 1-2 Switch better than fucking ARMS.
So we know where this is going.
Milking a cow
Eating
is funner than playing ARMS.
eating a sandwich, which basically makes every guy playing that game look like he's
Sucking off a fake dick is funner than playing ARMS.
that's
Shaking a fake can of soda, waiting for it to pop, is funner than playing ARMS.
Is this the whole review?
Taking a shit made of electric bolts of lightning is more fun than playing ARMS.
what is that in 1-2 Switch?
No, that's just going off of
Oh.
shooting mercury into your bloodstream is funner than playing ARMS. Can't wait for Splatoon.
So thank you, Nintendo, for giving us all free trials of ARMS. We very much appreciate it.
We didn't get no free trials.
But wouldn't that be funny if we just shit on them after getting the free game?
No, Nintendo doesn't even respond to my emails.
No, why would they? Who are you?
That cuts pretty deep.
All right, well, let's get into it.
Let's
a lot
do
of
it.
people joined us, and I think this is actually going to be a.
What do you mean a lot of people joined us?
I got responses.
You did?
I did.
Who's playing this game? You fucking idiots. Go play something else.
Yeah, I got responses. And I think opinions are going to be varied, outside of just yours that hates it and wants to suck on a dick or milk a cow.
My opinion is definitive.
Oh yes, PlayStation best controller for classic gaming. Everybody
I said
thinks that.
best D-pad.
That's me.
Yeah, that's a hefty statement.
I'm saying of modern controllers between
Oh, okay.
Xbox, PlayStation, and Nintendo. Oh, Jeffrey, we gotta get ad block on this fucking computer.
Listen, it's got viruses and shit. It's not even worth it.
All right, cool. Sell it to me.
All right. Well, let's break it down. We have a very specific way of rating games on JAFMM. That's just it for more me. Okay.
You're doing great.
So it's a 1 through 5. 1 being terrible. Rough, but not a disaster is 2. 3 is acceptable but not noteworthy. 4, noticeably great. 5, stands as the very best of its contemporaries. We rate graphics, sound, control, fun factor, the story. We tend to comment on how hard the game is, and then we each give it an overall score, which is not just a combination or a average of those scores. It's separated out to like, should you really recommend this game? Should you play it?
Mine's an average.
Oh, it is. You
Yeah.
like to average it
Yeah.
because you feel like games cannot possibly be more than the sum of their parts.
Hey, when the sum of their parts equal what I feel, I'm gonna go with it. All right.
Okay.
So what are you asking me?
Damn.
What did you rate the graphics?
I rated the graphics the highest of all the groupings that we've got at a 3.5.
Ah,
Let me tell you why.
yeah, I would like to know why.
Because these characters have arms, so I wasn't lied to.
Good point.
And then number 2, I like the graphic design of the menus.
Oh my god. Oh wow.
These levels are just fucking circles with ramen noodle paintings on the floor.
I agree.
Nothing special about that.
I agree. That's why I just gave it a 3, which would be the acceptable but not noteworthy. It wasn't distractingly bad, but it's certainly not great.
Yeah, it was. I actually gave it a 3 as well.
Oh, fuck, come on.
Who's definitive now?
I felt like it was very average.
The
only thing, I guess, and I didn't know whether to put it under graphics or not, but how they, like, looking at the arms jiggling and spring out and spring back, I was just thinking about, like, geeking out over how this thing was possibly made.
That is true. There's some technical stuff going on that befuddled me, like Mr. Jello Pudding Boy.
Yeah, right.
How does he deform so much?
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Because he goes like super flat and then he's all jiggly.
Yeah, how do they get a game rig to do all that? That's pretty cool. Didn't think about that.
Does he have legs? I can't remember.
No, he's just a puddle that scoots around. So that was neat.
Must be a deformer.
And I will agree, Pete. I always in the hour and a half to 3 hours I spent playing this game, I did enjoy the rebounding jiggle on the arms in the replays when you win a battle. Which
so
was
cool.
Which was rare, because this game sucks.
Sound?
Sound?
Yeah, we're listening to it right now.
This is literally the only good part about it. The sound is fun. I mean, the music is great. Otherwise, you're just listening to punch, punch, punch.
Yeah. I rated the sound 2.5. It's getting close to rough.
Fuck.
Like, the music is okay, but it gets grating on you pretty quickly. But then the sound of the characters at the end of a match, like, bullying you and being annoying, like, really fucking started to piss me off. When you lose too many times and they keep talking shit to you, like the, I don't know, what do they say at the end of the match? The whole, like, winner and loser crap that they say, like,
You've played this game
really annoying.
well more than I have.
All I ever did was play with the mummy, and all he ever does is growl.
Oh yeah,
I feel like you would play the mummy, Pete.
Who is your guys' characters?
I played, what's her name, Mechanica?
Right.
The yellow robot girl.
Yeah.
So that's fun.
I went the pop culture route and just did Ninjaro.
Yeah, everyone's fucking playing Ninjaro, and then he's really hard to hit, and you go online and you can't fucking punch him, and then you get your ass whooped, and it's like, boy, this game's fun!
I tried all the other characters, but I liked the fact that Ninjaro vamped around and, like, disappeared and reappeared. Like, that was a significant advantage that he had over all the other characters.
Yeah, a significant advantage where everyone literally just plays as Ninjaro.
In the world of video games, we call that OP.
Correct. So you should be better and rise above it and not do it.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No. I wanted to win. You should know that about me by now.
I do know that. If there's literally anything Jeff can do to win, he'll do it.
That's right. Still killing 2 acres on Pokemon. It's enjoyable.
Sad. Let's not even talk about Pokemon. Although I will say, I've had more fun playing Pokemon Go in the past month, which is 0% have I been playing Pokemon Go, than I have been playing this stupid game.
So what did you say the sound was over there?
Sound for me was I gave it a 3.5.
Oh.
For me, it was probably one of the better things about the game.
Agreed. That's why I gave it a 3. And somehow I'm rating everything higher than Jeff already.
That is weird. You hated it. Well, we'll talk about the overall score, but whatever. Control.
Well...
What was that, Pete?
What?
Okay.
I thought you farted.
No.
It's just your chair. Is that just your chair?
Yeah.
So let's talk about...
Do it again.
Yeah,
I don't know. I can't get it.
I bet you can't. All right.
let's talk about the 40 different ways you can control this game and how none of them are good enough.
So yeah, you can use the Joy-Cons as like motion control. So like when you jab, you can like actually jab your arm. You'll jab, and then if you cross your arm, you can block.
But let's point out, when you play and with the motion controls and you look like a fucking idiot,
Yes.
that's also when you have the most control over your punches, because then you can guide both punches individually based on moving your Wiimotes.
Right.
Right? You go and
You can control your punches by using the sticks.
Yeah, but then...
but
so-
only the current punch.
Right, so like if you're on the controller or the Pro controller, so if you throw a punch and use your left stick, you can control it. But if you throw your right arm and you would control it, if you use your right stick, that's your way to move around the set. So
Essentially, you can only control one punch or both punches in the same direction instead of individually.
the Pro controller has that. Like, I'm sure there is some sort of workaround, but I found the same thing. I felt like I lost some control in being able to swing the arms with the sticks with the Pro controller. There didn't seem to be a good workaround. Maybe there was, but I didn't. I felt the same thing you did.
Do you know what my favorite way to control the game is? I turn the Nintendo Switch off and walk away.
All right. Well, I like using the Pro
I actually
controller.
gave control a 3.
Yeah.
It lost a point just for having motion controls in the first place. I hate motion controls.
I do too.
I felt like the game was almost unplayable using motion controls.
I agree.
Fucking motion controls. They doubled down on that shit.
Yeah. Let me. This is a good time to bring in one of the guys that gave some feedback on it.
Please.
Why? We can do this.
You can do it.
I can do it.
Let me fill some time.
Good one.
That was my joke.
Did I not forward the last one? That was.
I gave control 2, by the way. You didn't ask me, Jeff. You're just playing favorites with Pete over there.
Why is this? Like, I forwarded a bunch of them, but they're not showing up.
Well, while you fail, I'll read you what our friend Diego, a Latino lawyer, says about ARMS.
Okay.
I really enjoy ARMS. Mobility around the arenas is a key to success for me. I love the characters and learning the different abilities. Well, Diego, that's all I have to say.
Let me try to sign into my Gmail over here. Anyways, the whole point was that Ilan at work was playing it, and he was talking about using the motion controls.
You sent that email to everyone at work?
No, actually, one of the other guys in the animation department forwarded it to him because they knew he played ARMS.
Okay.
But anyways, he was using the Pro controller, or not the Pro controller, the motion controls, and he was talking about like blocking,
Yeah.
and it would accidentally throw a punch, like if he's trying to do it too fast. So it was like very frustrating for him that like he just couldn't get what he wanted out of it.
Yeah. Interesting wrinkle that I heard and didn't read, so I can't vouch for it at all. But apparently, all the people at Nintendo who are like real pros at this game play it motion control style. I assume because of the...
Yeah, the arcing stuff.
Yes.
Or because of the awesome motion control ability.
Maybe it wasn't him.
Exactly.
God, man.
What?
I wish they would have done like more with the Pro controller as far as like what does what. I guess I miss like having moves and stuff other than throw, and because I don't play fighting games very much, but I do know there's a lot more to it than this. You know what I mean?
Right.
I would say getting into the nitty-gritty of this.
Okay.
I feel like this is a half-baked fighting game that has not reached its full potential at all yet.
I do.
And it is, to me, it's barely qualifies as a full, well-rounded experience of a video game.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm gonna quickly just run through the rest of my scores before I read some of the user comments. By the last comment, by the way, the last comment was talking about the blocking issue, whatever. It was Jonah at work. So
Jonas says, Pro Controller, I like punching with motion controls, but moving around felt really clunky to me. And when you block too fast with motion controls, a lot of times it would read as punching, which was super frustrating.
yeah.
I agree, Jonah.
All right, I'm going to blast through this story. I gave a 1. There is no story, and it was terrible. What little story there was fucking bad.
So why would you give it a 1? There's no story at all. It should get a 0. That's what it got from me.
Yeah, I probably should have rated it like a 0.5 at least. I don't know. It was not good. Challenge. The game's hard. The game is very hard.
Yeah, it's
You
stupid.
put that rate. You can go through a tournament and you can put it from like I think 0 to 9 or 1 to 9.
7.
Or 1 to,
I think it's 0 to 7.
is it?
Yeah.
It's hard. So I turned it up and I did like. Let's see. Well, it doesn't matter. I turned it up like just below the very most difficult, and it took me a long time to beat it. Super hard. And then you go online and you play against other people. Well, they're all fucking good at it.
Yeah.
It's hard. It is a hard game. But overall, I actually, despite all those scores, I actually did find it fun and satisfactory, but averagely satisfactory. It was a good game for me. I gave it a 3 overall.
So why are you cruising through all this stuff and bypassing us?
Because I figured now you can blast through it. I just wanted to spit it out so we can get to it.
All right. So in my notes, for fun, I gave it a 1, and my note is meh.
Yeah.
So that's what I have to say about that. And you already heard I gave this story a 0 out of 0. I mean, out of 5, I guess. Overall, Arms gets 2 punches.
That's your lowest rated game of the year, right?
Yes, it is.
Wow.
Lower than Blaster Master?
Yeah, I know. You didn't even like Blaster Master.
Thinking back to it, Blaster Master blows this shit out of the water.
What did you give Blaster Master? Do you have it written down still?
Let me check.
Go, Pete, while he's looking that up.
So, I gave story pretty much a 0 because there really isn't any.
Oh, shit.
And like the overall, I gave it a 2.5.
All right.
You found it, though, like the challenge of how difficult it was. Like, that really bothered you. Like, you were having a hard time, like, winning a match, right? Like, it was...
Yeah, in the beginning, it was like really... And then partially, that is because I was using the motion controls. Once I switched over to the gamepad, I actually, like, was able to defend myself and fight.
Yeah. Let me defend why I actually like the game. I like it because there very much is a react act aspect to, like, when you win or when you lose, it's clearly your fault. This isn't a button mashing game where you're just hitting the buttons as fast as you can to win. Like, there is a lot of, like, strategy to waiting to see what your opponent's going to do. Then you either throw a punch or you block or you dash. There's a counter to every single move. Like, if someone does one thing, there is a direct counter if you can just have the fast enough reaction time or have the proper counter to it. So
unless you've already thrown a punch and then you can't do anything because the fucking Ninjara disappeared and now you're waiting for your stupid arm to come back, but then he's already over here.
But you can dodge.
Still,
You can then dodge.
That's still just shit.
I suppose. Like I started getting really comfortable with the strategy of I use Ninjaro, and here's the other aspect nobody's even talked about. You can switch out your different arms. Each arm has a different, like, speed in which it goes, how it arcs, the damage it does, or how it affects the other person. It can completely, like, leave them debilitated. It can leave them frozen. It can, leave them moving slower. So there's this, like, constant this, like, chess game of how the other person is playing. Then you can change your mode of playing to match theirs to, like, basically beat them. If they like to block a lot, like, whenever a character blocks, say like Mummy, right? Your guy Mummy, like, whenever he's blocking, he regains his health. That's his major advantage. But whenever you're blocking, you're susceptible to someone grabbing you. So if you throw both your arms at the same time, you literally grab the other character and pick them up and slam them, and does a serious amount of damage. That's like the counter. Mummy people are constantly going to be trying to block, so you throw both your arms at the same time and stop them from doing their one thing that's unique to them. So there's all that kind of like chess game between all the different characters, which I found very rewarding in that it is a difficult game, but if you start to learn all those subtleties and how to know what beats what, it rewards you for that. Like there is a gain of skill, and it pays off once you know how to do it. So
Maybe, but a video game should also be fun.
I agree, but like Overwatch. Overwatch is like that. Like everybody always talks about like how there's always a counter to every person. One person's strength ends up being countered by another person's strength, whatever. So there's always that. But I agree with that game. Like even though the learning curve is even higher than it is on ARMS, it's immediately fun.
Yep.
Where ARMS, you just get into these matches where you get your ass kicked over and over and over again. And I was talking to Drew about his experience with the game. We both went online and started fighting other people first, and you get beat up so badly you get discouraged. But you go into the private game where you're actually going through the tournament, and you learn a lot by playing the computer, basically. It sounds like I'm from like 1991 or something. When you play the computer, the AI, should I say that? When you play the AI?
Sure.
Anyways, you end up learning a lot, and you end up getting better by going through that.
Yeah, that's why I was kind of thrown aside when the test punch wasn't like a single player sort of approach.
Yeah, they should have done that.
Because I felt like when I was first started playing, motion controls aside, I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
Yep.
I know. But they clearly, they're just testing servers. They weren't trying to sell anybody the game, I guess.
Yeah.
Which sucks.
Yeah, well, no one's going to be playing this game in the next 6 months. That's what I think. Heyo.
Yeah, that's exactly what
Nintendo put out
Deb
Mario.
said.
What did Deb say?
Deb said the same thing. She's like, who's going to be playing this?
Yeah, I mean, there's depth, like you say, to it, but there's not enough depth to keep anyone playing this beyond a month.
Yeah, so to finish off, Jonas said, it's a really solid game and it requires a surprising amount of strategy. I was worried it would feel like a flashy or Wii boxing, but the controls are thankfully a lot more nuanced and precise, which means it's really competitive. His only real problem with it is the lack of content, but with free DLC coming in, hopefully it'll get better soon. And he plays.
There really is a lack of content in this game.
It's quick burn. And did you guys get into like the side, like the gimmicky games? Because it's not just a fighting game. Like it's all these. Like,
No, yeah, the best part of the game is the volleyball.
Did you play the basketball?
Yeah, I fucking hate the basketball.
Horrible. Fucking horrible.
It's really annoying.
It is. Did you play the AI in basketball? Because that's really terrible.
I mean, I
They just
played
kicked
AI
you.
and people.
Kicked my fucking ass. Anyways, yeah. So there's these side games. Like one, you do volleyball where you're just trying to make sure this ticking time bomb just is on their side of the net when the time's up, or you just get them to let it hit the ground. So it's much more like a beach volleyball where you're just keeping it up in the air, keep it up in the air, and don't let it touch the ground.
See, if they had more stuff like that, I still wouldn't care. I thought that was the best part. The fighting
What about
was
the one where
so not.
when you're on the other side of like a court and you're trying to?
That's my least favorite.
I don't even know
Hitting
why
all
I'm
the
winning or why
targets?
I'm losing. Yes,
It's the targets. You have to hit more targets.
I know,
than
but
the
then you
other
get a
person.
shit ton of points for hitting the other person that's across the screen.
Yeah.
I hated it.
That was the worst part
Yeah.
of the game.
There'd be times where I would win by tripling up their score, and then there'd be other times where I would lose 5 times in a row to the AI, not know why, and then next match I would win by an extreme amount. I'm like, I didn't do anything different.
Yep. And then to unlock new arms, you play a variable of that game too. Basically.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
That stupid mini game. It's like, just let me unlock stuff. Don't tie unlocks to spending my money on timed things where I can't possibly get an unlock. I'm just wasting my fucking money, so I have to play your stupid game even more.
That sucks. Yeah. That part, I don't like that. Like, you have to play so long to unlock the ability to play another game.
And then there's that like little graph matrix thing of all the arms that you can still unlock. It's like, I'm never going to play this game that much.
I saw
Fuck
all that and I was like, I'm enjoying this game. I'm never doing that. Never doing that.
So you went through all 7 levels.
I did not go. Could not beat level 7. Could not do it.
Oh, I thought you you texted us and said, just beat the game, beat level 7.
No, what did I text? Let me find.
How far did you
I
get,
thought
Pete?
you beat the game too. I got to like 3.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I quit at 3
Oh, yeah.
too.
I finished on level 7, it says. But 7 must not be the highest then.
I'm pretty sure it is because I thought when I was talking to someone that there were 7 characters, which meant there were 7 levels, and you were supposed to play each level with a different character so you could figure out their moveset.
Oh.
But then we realized there's 10 characters, but there's 7 levels of.
Did you bring your Switch?
No.
Okay, well, fuck it then. So yeah, I guess I beat it on level 7, whatever that was.
Let me just say, I resent ARMS for making me have to delete Minecraft from my Switch to fucking make room for this piece of shit.
You should have done what I did. Buy
What?
hard copy.
It's fucking.
Because now I have the opportunity to at least sell it.
That's true. Damn. Could have got a little bit of money back.
Yeah.
$3 from GameStop.
Yeah. Oh, man. So, like, you're talking about, you guys didn't even see the end of the story. Like, there was a moderate story.
No, there's
It
not.
just got ridiculous.
I saw online the wiki for ARMS is like one day everyone woke up with spring arms, so they turned it into a sport, and that's the setup for this stupid game.
It's right up Nintendo's alley. Like, if you read all the old original Nintendo games, that's about how they explain everything.
You know what I would have preferred over this?
Anything.
Is another Punch Out.
Oh, man. I thought about that. All right, so when you guys are talking about how difficult the game is, think about back to Punch Out. That shit is hard. Like, you have to...
It was hard, but when you lost, you knew why you lost. When you threw
Did
a punch, you knew exactly what you were doing.
I feel like it's similar in the reward. Like, you're trying to do, like on Punch Out, you're trying to do pattern recognition and trying to figure out when this person does this, I need to dodge left or right, or I need to block or whatever. Like, so you had to learn that sort of workflow with it. But I feel like that's the same thing with ARMS. It's like, when this person does this, I have to do that. You have a very little window to do it in. That's it. Like, I don't feel like it's that different. I don't know. Fuck it.
Whatever,
But I
they
do think
should've-
I agree. Punch Out's better.
They should have released Smash. Where the fuck's Super Smash Brothers, huh?
All right.
Huh? Where's a good fighting game? Where I can play as Zelda and beat up on little pink Kirby?
All right. How about from Milan?
Where's Pikachu?
Milan's been playing it for 2 days, and here's his thoughts. The game is actually a lot more fun than he was expecting. It's fast paced and it's dynamic, and it has
And it's
huge
what?
remote dynamic.
Stop paraphrasing and read it.
I haven't tried all of them yet, but for some of the few that he has tried, especially the volleyball and the versus target punching. The few stages I have played in have a nice variety. Each one is a bit different in terms of fighting within them. The online experience is nice, but there isn't much time waiting between matches.
Yes, there is. There's a way too much waiting. I'm just sitting there with my little guy jiggling
As he
around.
says, in between you have the option to target practice.
Yeah, I'm not gonna waste my time targeting something that I don't want to
Here's one
target.
thing I did like about Juan. He had like 3 main things that he would like to improve about the game. One,
Great.
it would be nice to have a little bit more interaction on stages, like breakable and throwable cars, cool objects to interact with when throwing a character near them, like the hoops mode. But when near interactable objects and otherwise, whatever. Interactable.
That's a good point.
That is
because that
great
one stupid level where you have to fight Beyonce, and you're around all the cars.
Yes.
Just fucking throw those out at
Right.
each other.
Yeah. All right.
Beyonce.
More variety in power-ups. Think Super Smash Brothers, like power-ups, maybe temporary giant fists or flaming fists, etc., or maybe a temporary companion like what Bite and Bark have. What they are.
Yeah, those losers.
And then third, he said, I don't know if this is a great game or not, but
Nope.
new unlockable characters would be great.
I don't know if this is in the game.
Oh,
or
in the
not.
game. Sorry, thank you for correcting me.
Yeah, more
There's
characters
no
would be great.
unlockable characters you can play, right? Are there?
I feel like you could probably unlock the final boss guy that you beat on the last stage of the.
Headlock, I think his name is.
Yeah, whatever. Fuck, I was gonna say something. Oh, Overwatch. That has 25 characters. I found out today. Arms
a lot.
has 7. I don't even think Arms is that well balanced, but according to lots of people, Overwatch is quite well balanced.
That game's really hard though.
Yeah, but that's
Bree at work played it. See, all these people that almost all of them really like the game. Man, oh man, I love playing Arms.
What
I
is
struggle to
wrong
play
with
with the
you
motion
people?
sensor Joy-Cons.
Bree.
I have to play with a regular controller. I love how hard they made it. Even their level 4 Grand Prix is a decently hard trial. The game's really
Side games.
the side games really help develop your skills. Man, it's at a distance.
It's really not that hard to read it.
I love the equal number of girl characters and how kick-ass they are. The Arms test is also great. But dude,
I'm just sitting here, man.
Arms test is also great to get to know the different abilities of the different arms and to force you to play out of your comfort zone a little. I think that is all the feedback I got. Okay, yeah.
Well, everybody.
I'm surprised so many people played with us.
Yeah, Kimberly Allen, another one.
What?
I really like the game a lot. I think the simplicity of it is what what's the next line?
Like
it
the most.
Oh, like the most. Okay, you can clearly see it better than I can. Just saying.
It's a game you can pick up and figure out fairly quickly, but it's still challenging. I also like the whole rock, paper, scissors aspect to it, where blocks counter punches, grabs counter blocks,
How can
etc.
you see it that well?
Also, the characters make it really fun and lighthearted. Well, you're going to have to wait to listen to the podcast. I didn't read that part out loud, but everyone can get what you said. Why is everyone liking this game, Jeff? Pete, you're on my side.
Yeah, I'm more on your side than I am on the middle. I'd say.
See, this is interesting with Kimberly. She's only played 2 players, and so has only used 1 Joy-Con.
How the fuck are you doing that?
Yeah, right? I don't even know how that works.
We were just talking about how terrible that thing is.
Yeah.
I read all of Jonah's.
Well.
Did you read all of Diego's?
Yep.
Okay, that was all of it. Okay. So that's a hand. I mean, for given all the game of the months, it's a lot more people played it this month or this game than a lot of other games we did. And I feel like that's a good sign.
Well, it's because it's a Nintendo game. Everybody plays Nintendos.
Well, that is. I think the other game we had the most response to was Breath of the Wild.
Yeah. I changed my overall score because I checked. Blaster Master was a 2. So now Arms is a 1.5.
All right, so it's not some of the parts.
Wow.
There you go.
That's how strongly he feels about it.
It has to be at the bottom of the list. There's not a game that we'll play that is worse than this year.
I remember giving Challenge of the Dragon a 1.5 on Retro Game Break.
Oh,
years ago.
yeah. That was out of 10, though, right?
I think so, yeah.
Wow, that's... This is out of 10 too, by the way. So, can I tell you what I've actually been playing?
Yeah.
Instead of Arms all month?
Yes.
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Okay.
I knew you wanted me to do a nice segue.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to point out that I platinumed Horizon, and that game is infinite.
You platinumed it.
Yeah, I did.
Wow.
Dude.
It's such a fantastic game, and it's an easy platinum. If you just play the game in a thorough manner, as I tend to do, find all the collectibles, level up sooner than the quests recommend, and you're going to get that sucker. Okay, you're going to get it. It's such a good game. It's so good.
I know. I do want to play it. I do.
I've just started rewatching an entire new playthrough of it because I miss it. Aloy is such a good character, and Bree mentioned how Arms had cool kick-ass characters. No, it doesn't. Horizon has cool kick-ass girl characters. Aloy is the fucking coolest feminine kick-ass character of the past
Since Lara Croft.
year. I don't know how long, but she's great.
Since last October.
Sure. What was October?
Or November, Lara Croft.
Oh. Anyway, Horizon is great. That's all I have to say about it. It's not going to be a game of the middle of the month because I'm hoping one of these idiots plays it 1 month and we can all discuss it at that time. But the other actually, let's make this the game of the middle of the month for July.
Okay.
Because it's already pretty much the middle of July and we're doing the June game of the month.
Yeah.
Mario Kart.
Yeah, Mario Kart 8.
Mario Kart.
Played a shit ton of that.
There's a Nintendo game worth playing. Am I right, everybody?
Yeah, I wish we could play somehow.
I mean, we could. I sent you a friend request like a month ago, but you never responded to it or accepted my request, so...
Oh, I'll have to look into that.
We honestly do. Like, we'll see friends online and jump into matches.
Yeah. I'm not a big online guy, but they make it pretty easy. You just go online, you go to your friends, and if there's a little flag next to them, you can just pop into their game.
Oh, man, I'm actually really looking forward to the app coming out in a couple weeks and seeing how that affects Mario Kart 8.
Yeah. Ooh, we could probably party up easier. I don't know.
We could maybe get onto the Blue Sky Wi-Fi, and then Pete can join in.
Oh, you mean at work?
Yeah.
Oh,
That'd be dope.
that would be cool.
That would be the bee's knees.
Because we've been playing kart at lunch, minus Jeff. He doesn't ever play with us anymore because he's too bigwig, too cool for us. But at lunch, we play usually 6 races. It's a very fun time. This is rapidly becoming my favorite kart, even more so than Mario Kart DS, which you think is the greatest kart of all time.
No, it's just the definitive Mario Kart.
In what way?
It has the coolest nuances to the game.
You just like it because you're better than everyone at it. That's why you don't like Mario Kart 8, because I'm better than you at it.
You do beat me. It does keep track of how many times like you've won or lost. My ratio is best to you out of all the Blue Sky people I've played. Maybe that's switched now, like because I had a few games I won against Deer Chair the last few days.
Wait, what are you saying?
My ratio is not good against you. Like I think the last time I checked, it was 6-10 against you.
Oh.
That was a while ago, though. Like now, I'm sure it's much lower.
Yeah.
And but
see, that's how few fucking races we've played together. 16.
Yeah, 16. Yeah, that was it. But my one to like tab at work was terrible. It was like 2-14 or something.
Yep, me and Tab. I've been catching up. Tab is at the top of the top right now. He's at like 86, and I'm at 80. So we've had a fair amount of races together, me and him. Man, it's so good. Double items this time, boys. Come on now.
That's cool.
I like it a lot. 200cc, that's fun too.
I like that a lot.
Takes some skill. You gotta brake.
Gotta brake.
You gotta brake.
You gotta hold down like 3 different buttons to brake right.
Yeah, you gotta drift brake.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Pete, you played any of that 200cc?
No, I haven't. Most of the game playing that's been done with that has been my son. He loves that game, and I've watched him play it, and I've played it a little bit here and there, but from what I can tell, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I would say, well, I guess Zelda is still my favorite Switch game, but Mario Kart is rapidly becoming my most played Switch game. And it will always stay on the roster.
Who's your character?
Well, I would sort of like to change it, but I started playing with Wario because that's what we played on DS.
Yeah.
But now I've just gotten used to him, so I'm sticking with him.
Yeah.
And I ride the Wiggler,
Yeah.
the little centipede-looking guy.
Yeah.
And then you got the rollers. So those give you some nice acceleration. And then I got the squirrel. That's what I roll, everybody.
There's such a strategy. Like, I think those heavier characters are considered the characters you're supposed to play as, right? They're supposed to be the best ones you're supposed to play with.
Not necessarily.
Well, I guess it's talking about the way you play as well. But in terms of just characters I think that are cool to play with, I like playing as Tanuki Mario. He's cool looking.
Yeah. But you tend to just play as Iron Man.
Oh, yeah, it's my me.
Yeah.
Yeah. My me is Iron Man.
Looks great until he smiles.
Yeah. It all falls apart.
All right, well, that's all I have to say about
I was going to
Mario
run it down, just real quick. Graphics on that game amongst his contemporaries?
3.5.
Yeah. 3.5, 4, yeah. Sound, pretty good. I like it.
I like
actual
that
music.
jazz music.
Yeah, it's good.
That's a 4 right there.
Yeah. Controls, that is control
5.
really tight.
5.5.
Really tight.
7.
Fun.
5.5. 7. 14. You just don't like it because you lose. Play more, get better. I mean, that's what you could tell me about ARMS too, but
Story? Oh, no. No.
no, it's got a fantastic story.
Yeah.
It's the story you bring to the table. You know what I'm saying?
Challenge, and it's hard. There's a learning curve to it.
I don't rate challenge.
200 cc trying to unlock everything. Come on, you gotta know what you're doing. That's tough.
It's not so hard anymore, but it was.
but it was.
It was definitely tricky at first.
Overall,
5 out of 5.
I don't know about that.
5 out of 5. Perfect game.
I don't even think you gave Zelda a 5 out of 5.
Fuck you, ARMS. 5 out of 5. Let me check Zelda. Phil
I
there.
gave Zelda a 4.5. I don't think this is better than Zelda, so this has got to be like a 4, a 4.2.
It's a simpler game, but we're not rating it against Zelda. We're rating it against other racing games.
Okay.
5 out of 5.
DS is better
Just because you're better at it.
because there's snaking, and I like that.
Snaking is harder.
And I like that you can play teams and hit your own teammates.
Jesus, I had to look at all these notes I wrote down for Zelda.
Yeah.
Do you want to see the notes I had for ARMS?
I think your note for ARMS was like, we're doing that tonight.
Very
It's
little.
one word for each section.
Wow. Hold on. This is still going. Oh, I had so many notes about Zelda.
I think that's a lot more.
Oh, wait. We didn't... Me and Pete didn't rate Zelda because we hadn't beaten it yet. 5 out of 5.
I do remember that now. Hey, look, there's a commercial we're going to listen to.
Nope, muted it.
All right. Do we have... I think you guys did pick a July game of the month, right?
Well, we can discuss it. Pete and I were maybe thinking Doom.